It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. We're locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. It's a ghost town. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. We're locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. It's all ghost town.
living true, no doubt in my mind. And these changes, they take time, you'll find. I didn't change who I am. I've always been a man. Still it changed your world. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl. I know that you accept me as your son, but that doesn't mean your daughter ever did run. I'll always be close to you, no matter what. I love you and no doors are ever shut. I didn't change who I am. I've always been a man. Still it changed your world. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl. I didn't change who I am. I've always been a man. Still it changed your world. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl.
Hi, welcome to CLACCA ULC. My name is Mr. Rev Comrade Rowley, and I would just like to acknowledge that the land that we're meeting on belongs to Aboriginal Indigenous people, always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Wherever you're watching and recognise sovereignty, treaty, and social justice has never been ceded. On today, we have just a couple of announcements. Yep, so we just have a couple of announcements. Firstly, Firstly, Pride and Protest next Saturday outside New South Wales Parliament are having a rally for the Equality Bill that is happening outside New South Wales Parliament. That's happening at Rally to Demand Equality in Full, Nobody Left Behind, for anti-discrimination protections for queer students and workers, self-ID for trans people, queer youth, autonomy in healthcare and sex work to be included in the Anti-Discrimination Act. Starts at 12 o'clock on Saturday. Outside the front of New South Wales Parliament, and this rally is organised by Pride and Protest. For more information in relation to the rally, head to the Pride and Protest Facebook details for further details in relation to that. The other important announcement that we've got is this week, Creation Choir are relaunching, and they've invited us back, and rehearsals start this week, and they have upcoming performances, and they're also inviting others to join them. So every Wednesday, we're doing rehearsals for that. Every Wednesday, we're doing rehearsals for that from about 6:50 to 8 p.m. With Creation Nation, and it's at the Art Gallery of New South Wales is where we're holding the performances, and the dates and times are Wednesday the 9th of October, the 16th of October, and Sunday the 20th of October for rehearsals, and then Wednesday on the 23rd of October from 5 to 8 p.m. Will be another dress rehearsal, and then at 7 o'clock, we will then be performing. Essentially, Creation Choir sings queer songs of faith and protest. And it's open to trans and gender diverse people, all backgrounds, regardless of your ability, etc. If you want to join a trans and gender diverse inclusive choir, regardless of whether you come from an activist background or a faith background, you are certainly welcome to come and join us. To do some queer faith protest singing. Queer faith protest singing at the Art Gallery of New South Wales. For more information in relation to that, you can go to the Art Gallery of New South Wales.gov.au. For more information. We have also shared the links. If you want to get involved in it, you just go to the Art Gallery of New South Wales for further details, or alternatively, you can contact me here on 0459 771 5200, and I can pass you on the details of Sue Goldfish and Deborah, the organisers of it, who can give you more info. But yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it. The other important announcement is the Trans Day of Resistance that is happening on the 20th of November. For more information, go to the Pride and Protest Facebook page for further details. The other good news is that we currently have our anti-discrimination University anti-discrimination case is currently before the New South Wales Supreme Court. The next court day of protest, next day of court protest. There's going to be two. There's one. So the first one will be there's going to be one on the 6th of November, starting at 9 a.m. And that's to protest for our summons commencing of appeal anti-discrimination case to be heard to stop the bigots' notice of motion to dismissal because we're not withdrawing our anti-discrimination case. And we also there is also going to be an earlier court date as soon as possible for our pro bono legal representation in which we're defending in which we're overturning a CSU motion that prohibits that denies legal aid and representation, and so we've put that motion up for court-ordered legal representation in anti-discrimination cases. We don't know when the pro bono legal representation hearing will be. The court just said that they will advise us as soon as possible, but the definite court date that we have is the 6th of November. Is 6th of November, 2024, and at the Supreme Court. At the Supreme Court in the Common Law Division. Just look up the surname Rowley or Charles Sturt University and University for details, or otherwise alternatively you can contact me. The other important announcement I would just like to make is if you have read my name, my surname in a Charles Sturt University 2023 report published on the New South Wales Parliament website. Please dismiss that. It is misinformation that was published without my consent. That Charles Sturt University published details about without my consent. Sent basically they used basically Charles Sturt University used my name without my permission to go and lobby the government for more funding, and they didn't ask for my permission to do that. And I certainly didn't support them saying any discriminatory against me to go off and fund their bigotry, or lobby governments to fund their bigotry. So I do not support. In no way, shape, or form, I do not support the report, and I do not support Charles Sturt University going and naming me without my permission to go and lobby governments for funding in any way, shape, or form. And I have already put a statement out through social media in response to that. So if you do read it, if you do happen to come across the report published on the Charles Sturt University 2023 annual report, published on the New South Wales Parliament website. I didn't consent to that, and I certainly did not consent to Charles Sturt University saying I did not consent to Charles Sturt University using my name to go and lobby the government for more money, and I certainly did not. I certainly did not appreciate the comments that they said right, them saying, saying any comments on the matter when my court matter has got nothing to do with when my court matter has got nothing to do with New South Wales Parliament. My Charles Sturt University court matter has got nothing to do with New South Wales Parliament, and I am not really sure why they felt it necessary to raise my name, to say anything about me when CSU going and getting funding, funding. That's got nothing to do. That's got nothing to do with me. That's got nothing to do with me. And I'm not really sure what was the purpose of CSU mentioning me. Anyway, so be aware of it, and don't just disregard it. Because I don't support it in any way, shape, or form. I don't support my name being used. I don't support my name being used by CSU. You like that? The other important announcement is that we will be having open communion. So make sure you get your grape juice and bread. And the other important announcement is we will be having the other two important announcements is that we will be having CLACCA ULC will be having another anti-discrimination meeting at 10 a.m. On Tuesday the 8th of October. So if you want to get involved to organise action to stop discrimination, etc., you're more than welcome to come and join us and support us in the Yes campaign for equality without exemption. For CSU equality without exemption in the CSU School of for equality without exemption in the CSU School of Theology. And any other anti-discrimination action. Any discrimination action we are organising. The other important announcement is that we are also meeting at the State Library. We are also meeting at the State Library from 10 o'clock, working on doing an outline for the affidavit we've got to do. Unfortunately, I don't have a lawyer. Which requires me having to complete the court documents myself. But I'm not a lawyer, and so I have to rely on people to help me compose the legal documents because to create the legal documents because I'm not a lawyer. Lawyer can state the facts of the matter, but essentially I normally rely on legal advice. But advice in terms of quotating, advice on which legislation I quote. But anyway, for more information in relation to that, you can contact me on my mobile 0459 771 520. And that is pretty much it. So now we will go to our message for the week. So this message comes from the Grace of the Calling. And it comes from Isaiah 6:1-3, 1 Corinthians 15:1-11, and Luke 5:1-11. We find numerous accounts of prophetic vocations in the Bible. Today's first reading is one of these examples. In the Gospels, many events take place beside the lake of Gennesaret, the Sea of Galilee. A large crowd is gathered in the place from their boats. Jesus asked some fishermen to collaborate with Jesus, and from their boats, Jesus carries out the mission of announcing the gospel to the poor. Luke mentions only one name, that of Simon, who will be the first one called. After teaching the crowds, the more intense dialogue takes a more intense dialogue takes place with the fishermen, with the fisher people who have allowed Jesus to preach. The conversation deals with their work in verses 4 to 5. Thus, they will have a better understanding of what Jesus is going to tell them. The failure of their fishing expedition the night before has made them skeptical. This often happens to us when we do not obtain what we had planned. They are thinking that nothing can be done, but Simon shows his trust. If you say so, I will let down the nets. The result amazes them, forcing them to work as a team, and they become partners. Jesus' proclamation of the kingdom and fishing, the daily work of these people, are interrelated. Jesus' gesture enlightens Simon, who humbly declares they are a sinful person. The same thing happens to James and John. These three former fisher people constitute the nucleus of the disciples. They are called to collaborate with Jesus in proclaiming the kingdom, something totally new and radical for them. They left everything and followed Jesus. Jesus makes himself understood by using the language they can comprehend. You will be catching people. This simple and instructive dialogue provides an example for us. The gospel must be proclaimed on the basis of people's daily lives. Apart from that experience, the proclamation has no grasp on reality. Really. So basically, the interpretation of the message is that whatever you say, when you tell a story, you've got to relate it to people's everyday lives, in order to get it. So that's why when Jesus told it, he used his experience. He was able to translate the mission because they were fishermen, right? And so their lives were about fishing. And so when Jesus framed it in language they could understand, that they were going to continue fishing for people, that was the language that they were that they got at the time. And bear in mind too at the time, this is going back over 2,000 years ago, before the invention of the internet. So when the term fishing is used, it's not to be confused with the with terminology in relation to catfishing, catfishing, or negative behaviors, or negative behaviors people do. What Jesus was simply Jesus was simply using that language in relation to, in a language that the fishermen could understand. So, in that context, it made total sense for Jesus to be using language, for Jesus to be using fishermen's language, because if it had just said, if he had told the fisherman mission just to join him, to go follow Christians, I don't think the fishermen would necessarily have picked up their nets, like would have dropped everything and gone and followed him. But because he was able to relay it in language that they understood, that related to what they were already doing, and it was, they were not going to have to do additional work, and that the work something that they could incorporate as part of what they were already doing. for them, it made, logical sense. For them, it made absolutely logical sense. Sense because of the fact Jesus was able to translate it in a language that they could understand, if that makes sense. Cool. So we're now going to go to our next song of praise, and then when we come back, we will then go to open communion. But first, our next song of praise that we're going to go to is climate change. And then we will then go to open communion.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Climate change, don't need lames, I need God. I make the sauce, glory to God. Shooters aim, I got range, what are the odds? Never go, we not the same, no we not. Climate change, don't need lames, I need God. I make the sauce, glory to God. Give me the turn, watch it burn, let it go. On my roads, on my Lord, we won't stop. Rich like boo, faith don't bloom. Ball so hard with a big ass shoe. I'm too live, take that dive. Got my runs, but I feel LeBron. Yeah, whoa, climate change, not my fault. Trying to stop on my sauce. I cannot fake, this is too late. Home of the saint, yeah. How many cars, how many bras? Two for your heart, yeah. Up in the deep, what is you seeking? Boys you keep, we not so heathen, yeah. Never wanna dance all night, how the queen scope on sight. Oh, you thought we won't fight, yeah. Climate change, don't need lames, I need God. I make the sauce, glory to God. Shooters aim, I got range, what are the odds? Never go, we not the same, no we not. Climate change, don't need lames, I need God. I make the sauce, glory to God. Give me the turn, watch it burn, let it go. On my roads, on my Lord, we won't stop.
I'm like, ooh, dang, I never had no pops, whoa, ooh, dang, now I gotta get to the top, whoa, ooh, dang. I'm feeling myself, I had to go and count these buckets. They count me out cause now I'm stunting. Whoa, ayy, day, we pull out a stick. Oh, God, we said go let it hit. Oh, God, we said get him, I got him. Oh, I know the option, I spot him. Oh, I got epiphany, my bro. Never want to steal from me, my bro. Losing go seen to me, but play will it, he kill and seek destroy. Oh, yeah. Fight that fight for me. Ay, haters gon' hate like, whoop. Shake them off like this. I could have shown like,
Climate change, don't need lames, I need God. I make the sauce, glory to God. Shooters aim, I got range, what are the odds? Never go, we not the same, no we not. Climate change, don't need lames, I need God. I make the sauce, glory to God. Give me the turn, watch it burn, let it go. On my roads, on my Lord, we won't stop.
Play the game, hold your tongue, you'll get far. Either that or you're parking the car. I did it for the kids like LeVar. Talking wild while the family ball. Hey boy, please chill. Why you keep it so real? Got the whole room laughing, and your face blue still. All that comes with the pressure. So much for a deal. My boy just got rich, broke in with a meal. I feel your pain, forget the fame. I feel the flames, known from the climate change. You run it.
Climate change, don't need lames, I need God. I make the sauce, glory to God. Give me the turn, watch it burn, let it go. On my roads, on my Lord, we won't stop.
Hello. So now it's time for open communion. So on the night that Jesus was betrayed, Jesus took a loaf of bread and broke it. And said, "This is my body which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." The same way, Jesus took the cup after supper and blessed it, saying, "This cup belongs to the new covenant of my blood, which is poured out for you. Do this in remembrance of me." This cup and this bread doesn't belong to the state, and it doesn't belong to any church. It belongs to God, and all are welcome to the table without discrimination. Please come and share in this meal. So we're now just going to go to our next song of praise. Heaven is a Place on Earth, and it's by San Juniper.
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven our place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on
So now it's time for our offering. If you would like to donate to CLACCA ULC Sydney's Fighting Fund, you can do so at CLACCA ULC. You can do so at claccaulcsydney.godaddysites.com/donate. And if you donate, and you can do it by direct bank transfer at CLACCA Universal Life Church, St George Bank, BSB 112879, account number 495470290. And you can also donate directly by clicking on the PayPal button on our CLACCA ULC website. But generally speaking, we normally like direct debit straight into our St George bank account. Bank account. So anything that you can donate to help cover the cost of CLACCA ULC to keep us on the air would be greatly appreciated. Added. So now we're going to go to our next song of praise. Martin Luther Maniac Monday, by the History Teachers. My name is Mr. Rev Comrade Rowley. Thank you very much for joining us for this Sunday's church. Please, unless otherwise specified, CLACCA ULC aims to meet every Sunday from 5 p.m. Via live stream church, unless otherwise specified. But to stay up to date with everything that's happening in CLACCA ULC, you can head to our CLACCA ULC Facebook page, or you can go directly to our website and follow the social media links at claccaulcsydney.godaddysites.com. That's all for now. Thank you very much for joining us. God bless, and it's been a pleasure. Bye for now, and see you next week.
Wicked